episode 83, brought to you by Renovation Candle Company. Welcome into the Bench is Cleared podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. I am Tyler Cohen. I represent the Los Angeles Dodgers, who went 6-1 last week.
And I'm Jesse Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the San Francisco Giants, first place San Francisco Giants, who went 6-2 last week.
Who just gave up the lead in the ninth inning and are about to go 6-3.
Actually, I'm a liar. I wrote these notes. What was it? During when we were up by 2. So technically it's 5-2.
So you're the reason Darno hit that home run. Great. I love it.
That's right. So we went 5-2. We're gonna go 6-2 because Warren Flores is gonna come up and hit a little tie the game. It's gonna go a little further, and Giants gonna win extras because we're not the Dodgers and we can win in extra innings.
Okay. I sincerely doubt that. Anyway, so right now, as it stands, because the Giants are going to lose, this is a one-game race. Dodgers are back one game in the NL West. How nervous do you feel?
You're one game lie. What?
One game back in the NL West.
One back. Thank you. That's it.
Fuck you.
You're winning it back. That's all I need to know.
That's all I need to know. You got me. Yeah. Well, how nervous do you feel?
No.
Yes. How nervous do you feel? And don't lie.
Honestly, on full honesty, I'm not as nervous as I was the first time. We got to 2 games back. Honestly, I feel like we could still hold on. I don't think that it's over. I don't think that I'm not a whole lot nervous. I'm kind of nervous. I mean, I've been this whole season because it's not like it's been, there was at one point, a 5-game lead. So that was tight. But other than that, I've been nervous ever since they came down to 2.5 games, but not like that much nervous. I don't know. I don't know if that was a really long way of answering. Probably kind of a shitty way of answering. Yeah,
I don't know.
Pretty much, not that nervous. Not like I keep on seeing memes of Dodgers in the rearview mirror and stuff like that, and it's like you're excited that you're still behind and you're supposed to be the best team ever assembled. Like, calm the fuck down. You know what I mean?
I just can't wait to see you guys lose in the wild card. I'll be honest. I'm incredibly nervous. Travis d'Arnaud hitting that home run. If Braves can hold on, keep it at 1, I feel a whole lot better. But like I said last week, Dodgers do not play well in the last couple of years in Cincinnati. I don't know statistically if that is supported, but that's how I feel. I feel that they don't play well in Cincinnati, and they proved it tonight. So I'm pretty nervous, especially when you figure we got the Rockies on the road coming up. Then
Rockies have been your guys' kryptonite anyways, so.
Then we finish the season with Milwaukee. I mean, we get them at home. But you figure, I know we talked about it, maybe they sit a couple guys, but maybe they keep 1 or 2 of those stud guys in rotation just to keep them on every 5th day, just to keep them going. So I'm nervous. Well, my stomach is churning as we speak.
I think one thing that's important to look at is how many games back are they of the best record
in the Central. It's over.
No. I understand
the best record.
Yes. So they are. Wait, that can't be right. Okay, there we go. I'm stupid. Don't listen to me. 5 games back. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
I was gonna say maybe they try to really try to push for home field advantage. You know what I mean? Because that's obviously huge. But they're 5 games back from. Well, I think 4.5 from the Dodgers, or 4 games of the Dodgers, and then 5 games from the Giants.
Yeah,
so
they're already locked in as that number 2. It's
exactly. So, which is kind of messed up because one team's gonna be, let's say it stays the same. Dodgers go in the wild card game, they win, and let's say somehow they beat the Giants. They're gonna be a 100-win team and be a lower seed than the Milwaukee Brewers.
The worst would be if Milwaukee loses the series to the Braves, assuming they're going to win. The Braves are like 10 games over 500, and they're going to win the division. And then you have 2 teams in the West that are over 40 games above 500, and one of them's going to be in the wild card. It's just a sick world we're living in with sick people in it.
And I think maybe we talked about it like in an OG episode, like way back in the day. A lot of times when I think we brought it up when we talked about the Twins having a 100-game 100-win game season. Ball. And sometimes 100 wins is a lot based on the division you play in. Just having a lot of rebuilding teams. But the Rockies and the Diamondbacks play pretty well against outside the division. Maybe not the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks probably not. But the Rockies, I mean, they're one of the best home teams in baseball. So it's not like they're just beating the shit out of two different teams and, let's fucking go.
No way.
Tyler Barrels ties the fucking game. Fuck you, Tyler. You're a bitch. And I hate you so much. Yeah, I said Wilmer Flores. What I meant was Donnie Barrels. Everyone knew that. So, yes, I don't even remember what we're talking about because Oracle is fucking rocking right now. And
the 15,000 fans or whatever that are there.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it's packed out today, so you can suck a dick. Yeah, we do not go out of order on this pod. We do not go out of order on this pod. We're getting back into order. Let's talk about around the league. And the thing that there's no really big stories that poked out to me. So one thing I really wanted to talk about is this wild card race. I mean, it was a shoo-in this whole season, dude. The whole season it was going to be the Padres. It's going to be all NL West. But they went downhill so fucking fast, dude. Not only did the Reds pass them, but the Cardinals didn't even really get that hot. It's not like they went like 17 out of 20 and went like crazy or something. They went just didn't go shitty. I think they're like 3 or 4 games over 500 in that span, and somehow leapfrogged like 3, 4, 5 games. So who do you think is going to win that spot, and who do you want to win that spot?
I don't want the Cardinals to win it because I don't want to face Adam Wainwright because he's having a good season. Mm-hmm. He's pitched well against the Dodgers. Right. Cincinnati, I would have said Cincinnati until I saw them today against Luis Castillo, who either looks like fucking Nolan Ryan or looks like the worst. You're a number 5 guy on the worst team in baseball.
Right.
The dude's lost like 14 games. And then he throws, a gem today. So I don't know. I mean, San Diego, I think, might be the choice just because they have one pitcher. They have one starting. Oh, my fucking God. No way. Thank God. I should have known because I'm a little bit behind you that he didn't hit it out. Anyways, dude, San Diego
it kind of went the same trajectory, so I thought it was a replay because I wasn't watching it as it happened. So, but yeah, that's why.
Anyway, San Diego, Joe Musgrove's their only starting pitcher, the only competent starting pitcher they have, and obviously he would be throwing. Correct. He would be throwing in the wild card game, but so that doesn't really put any fear in my heart. And the Dodgers have won the last 6 against San Diego. And we have 3 more with them in San Diego, and we'd be playing at home. But there are dangerous guys in their lineup. I mean, but there's dangerous guys in everyone's lineup. I think the Padres would probably be my choice if I had to choose out of those 3. Right. Ideally, I would like to win the division and not have to deal with this at all. But, God might have other plans, that son of a bitch.
Well, one little... I don't know, tidbit, I guess you could say, as the Giants did smack around Wainwright a little bit, putting 4 runs on him. So for some reason, though, the Cardinals, they cannot hit Kim. The soft tossing lefty, they can't hit those dudes. So yeah, so that I actually fear him a lot more than I fear Wainwright for obvious reasons. But yeah, I would go. I would want to see the Padres, but I honestly think the Reds are a better team. I think it's going to be the Reds in there. And that's probably the team I would least likely want to see just because, I mean, yes, Castillo's great. Sonny Gray can be great and, all that good stuff, but that lineup is just so stacked.
Yeah, I mean, Jesse Winker just came off the IL today. So.
Winker, Castellanos, dude. India's going off. Like, it's, yeah, I do not want to see them. Even though the Giants did handle them. I think they took 3 or 4 and then won the first series. So they did handle them, but I would be a lot more worried about them than I would.
Let me kick a scenario at you. that we haven't even talked
Let me
about
drop
being a
some knowledge on
possibility.
you. Okay.
What happens if there is a tie in the NL West and there's a game 163? Who's going
I
for
fucking
the
hope
Giants? What do you think that looks like?
Logan Webb for sure. I think he's pitching like an ace right now. I mean, even the one bad start, he had a bad start actually this week against the Cubs, gave up like 6 runs. 4 of them were earned. But even those 4, 2 were on bullshit triples of, just lost in outfielders losing it in the sun. And that turned into a triple. And those 2 runs scored on ground outs 2 times, literally the same thing. So he's just so dominant right now. And it kind of came out of left field. I mean, he's not been on a top 100 prospect list. He's even at the beginning of the year was a question if he was going to, be a starter the whole year. He got moved to the bullpen just because Alex Wood, Sanchez, and Cueto were going off at the beginning of the year. And then, he had a little bit of a injury stint of fatigue in the shoulder and comes back and it's just the unquestionable ace. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, but Logan Webb is the fucking dude. He is that guy. Trust me, pal.
How comfortable do you feel with, potentially losing game 163 and then Kevin Gausman has to pitch a wild card game
against the Padres, even though the Padres did kind of well against them, but I feel like they weren't necessarily hitting them hard. I know they were doubles and stuff like that, but it was like hits that barely were fair. I'm not like trying to discount them or say they weren't real, but when you think about going at them again, I'm not that scared. They weren't like dropping dick against him. So, if it's the Padre, I guess any of them, I feel pretty solid. I mean, yeah, I would much rather to not, but I feel pretty good about it. I mean, I don't even think we have to talk about the Dodger side of it because, I mean, that's probably their strongest attribute is their starting pitching.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't think there's a bit of a drop off, but Max Scherzer starts game 163, and then you get Buehler for the wild card game if you lose. And sure, there's a drop off from Scherzer to Buehler, but yeah, Max Scherzer starts 163. Are you kidding?
Against the Giants, though, I feel like yes, Buehler's last game against the Giants was not good, obviously, and maybe that skews things. But
if the game would be at Oracle, and I don't like,
correct,
and he got smacked around at Oracle.
That's true. Okay, I could see that, but if that, let's just play this for a second. If that didn't happen, I would go Buehler because Buehler's just been so dominant against the Giants, and the Giants have tagged Scherzer a couple times. Obviously, when he was on the Nationals, not exactly this year, but
yeah,
I think it was. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like
Scherzer, he's different. The last 6 starts, 7 starts, whatever it's been for the Dodgers. That's different,
down, please.
That's different breed. And you throw him 163 to get you into a game of a series of 5.
Right.
Yeah, sure, you don't get to throw him till game 3.
Right.
But that's what you do to not have to play a 1-game do or die. God, I fucking hate the Atlanta Braves. Fucking losers.
I can't. Yeah, I think one thing is I think a game 163 would be really shitty for both teams because even the team that wins, you're already down a starter. It messes. You're literally gonna have the best record in baseball and be going into the playoffs with a disadvantage.
Yep.
And I hate it. I hate it so much. I understand there's nothing they can do about it. I think playoff format's going to change next year, which it shouldn't. I like the way it is now.
I hate it. It's terrible.
But I don't know. I think maybe they need to balance schedules out a little more. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but because I mean they don't play the same schedule. They don't. I think it kind of evens. You can say it kind of evens out because the Dodgers played the Astros one more game than the Giants did, but the Giants have to play Oakland 2 more games, and they play and Dodgers play the Angels 2 more games. So I mean, there's a lot of like variations, but if you're playing for the same title, you should have the same schedule. I mean,
yeah, but that's never how it's been. It's never.
I understand that. Okay, but we could change it. We've never had the runner on second after 9 innings, but that's what we got. We could change anything.
Erroneous on both counts. Okay.
All right. I mean, we could talk about this all. Let's talk about the best teams in the NL West, the best teams in baseball. And you know what? I'm going to take the reins. I'm going to start first.
Yeah,
because the Giants are first.
You had the worst week last week, so go first.
And we were popping some champagne. And things are great. Steven Duggar's the best. Steven Duggar's the best center fielder in baseball. Steven Duggar's the best center fielder in baseball.
Doesn't need to run to the wall. Fucking hot dog piece of shit. God,
look at those alabaster eyes. Just, oh man, hottest dude in baseball. Anyways, so Giants won 6-2. They completely dominated the Cubs, swept, and then ended up taking the first 2 games against San Diego, and then finally losing their 9-game win streak. 9-game win streak. And here's the thing that kind of bugs me a little bit. Done it. Good for you. You did it, and you're still in second place. That must suck. Anyway, so this is what bugs me. There's 2 sides to this coin, I think. One, I fucking hate bullpen games. There's no way you can continue this. I know it's necessity as of right now because Alex Wood's out, Johnny Cueto's out, but you can't see the same guys night in and night out. First of all, your guys are going to get tired. They're going to get too comfortable. They're going to get too familiar with the other team, especially in a 4-game series. And these guys are tired by throwing full games, every, 2 times every 5 days. It's ridiculous. I hate it. I understand it's been working for them. But it doesn't mean that that's a good thing in the long run, and it's going to fucking kill them. Second, though, after the second game that the Giants lost against the Padres, I've been seeing Giants Twitter on fire about, oh my gosh, this bullpen, this and this and that, it sucks. This team, just because the Dodgers won and they gained a game and a half in that span. Like, 9-game win streaks have to end. I mean, any win streak has to end. I mean, it's really easy to be like, gosh, you should have won that game because the Dodgers lost. I'm sure they would love that. But you can't, that's just the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, just real quick. First sweep in Wrigley since I think it was 1995, completely dominated. I think the offense never slowed down against the Padres. It was just bullpen's just getting taxed. Even the best bullpen in baseball is going to give up some runs. It is what it is. So,
yeah, Tyler Maztek's about to get fucking tagged for a 3-run home run right now. They'll fucking lose. I fucking hate this team.
Yeah, I love it. And also, I think there's a little bit of hot button topic before we get out of here. And this game's going to end, so we can just finish and talk about the first game against the Braves. Why the fuck not? The issue of celebrating at Oracle. Listen, coming from a Mexican background, we like to celebrate everything all the time, do things big for no reason. So if you want to cry about guys celebrating making the playoffs, go fuck yourself. It's not that big of a deal. You're not paying for the champagne. And I get the Dodgers want to be like,
but
we've been there. Okay. Yeah. No one gives a fuck. Do you? If you want to have a stick up your butt and not celebrate, and you want to toast wine like you're all elegant and shit, like no one cares.
Hey,
nobody cares.
My high school football coach said, put your hands on your hips and act like you've been there before. Like
put your hands on your hips. When I dip, you dip, we dip. I put our hand. I like that. That's what we did. We went crazy, and I loved how Farhan was in the mix of it. I've never seen that before. Andrew Friedman wouldn't do that shit because he's a square and he's a nerd. So
yeah. Okay.
He's a square. And then also the emergence of my boy, the Captain Belt.
Oh God.
For Margaret, for Kipe, all the above. Let's go.
Oh my God, you have one on your fucking jersey. Gee.
Why wouldn't I?
Did you just put that on when you did this, or was that on there the whole time?
That was on here the whole time.
I literally just noticed right now.
Yeah, because the thing is when you're that guy, pal.
Yeah, and you just have to show it off to the world because you're a little bitch. Anyways, no, it's Bush League. It's lame. Dodgers don't need to do that. I think the Dodgers will do it when they win the division, of course, because they might not celebrate it at all. Then if they get into the wild card game and then they lose in the wild card game, they're not celebrating at all. So
You should,
Oh,
celebrate your wins.
they're not gonna be in the wild card game. But anyways, back to let's go to the team who had the best week in this little rivalry we have here.
Right.
I wish we were able to do the episode last night, so I could have said the Dodgers went a perfect 6-0, because that's what would have happened if we stuck to our regularly recorded scheduled time. Dodgers sweep San Diego. They sweep Arizona. They look solid. I love to see San Diego just fucking cry. People in San Diego after, getting their asses kicked and then beating the Giants twice are like, season starts today. And it's like, the season started in April. You just fucking missed out because you guys are terrible.
Yeah, you remember in April when you were supposed to be the second best team and some people said the best team in baseball and it was going to be this huge thing and your time is now. Yeah, that's when this started.
And you won the off season. Yeah, so it was great. Arizona, that was the series I was more worried about just because it feels like a trap series. If you lose one to Arizona, that's big. We're a much better team. We need all the help we can get. And then San Diego turning around and splitting the series in San Francisco was huge for the Dodgers. So it was fun rooting for San Diego for two days. But all in all, as it stands, if the Giants do lose this game, Dodgers are still only one back, and it's going to be interesting. I mean, it sucks because I'm just constantly looking forward to what's going to happen. Because I mean, you have to. So now if the Giants win and we go down 2 games, dude, 2 games is a lot.
In a short span, it is a lot.
It can be a lot to make up in a 2-week period because that's all we have left. And the benefit is to that the Giants and the Dodgers have, oh God, you can't turn 2. Fuck. The Giants
and this really quick. Let me interject. Chris Bryant's going to hit an RBI single. He's about to get hot, but go ahead.
Okay, that's fucking dumb. Giants and Dodgers play the same day every game for the rest of the season. So there's going to be no more half games or whatever. They are both playing the same days for the rest of the season. So, Chris Bryant intentionally walked. Looks like you were fucking wrong on that one, guy.
I might have been a little wrong. It's okay. You're gonna walk Bryant to get to MVP Crawford. Okay, that's
that's another thing. Let's relax on the MVP fucking chance. Jesus Christ.
MVP.
Okay.
MVP. Fuck Trey Turner. Don't give a shit.
Oh my God, you're so alone. Anyways, I'm just kind of going off the cuff here, not sticking to the rules. I don't have a stud and dud for last week. I didn't look at numbers really. The dud of the season's Cody Bellinger. I mean, I don't want to keep giving it to the guy, but it feels unfair to give it to someone else when someone else is doing better. And actually, you know what? I will give someone a stud. My boy, who I've said since the beginning is great. Gavin Lux. Gavin Lux was the stud of the week. He can't play left field for shit, but he's hitting the ball, and he's not so much a liability in left field anymore. There was a couple mix-ups out there.
But he ain't like my boy Darren Ruff making diving plays out there yesterday.
He tossed me a baseball on Wednesday, and when he tossed it to me, he said he hurt his arm, and he was a late scratch from the game today, so I hope I didn't contribute into him getting hurt.
You did.
But, I caught that ball, no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, let's hear your stud and dud or whatever. Crawford, MVP.
Stud and dud of the week, because I'm into it and I celebrate life the Giant way. My dud is going to go to the hottest man in baseball. Unfortunately, Steven Duggar had a little bit of a problem this week. I do my research. He did go an 0.91 batting average and struck out 5 times in 14 plate appearances. So he's getting a turn, especially because.
Let me just interject. I just want to say something. Please. I would kill for Cody Bellinger to bat 91 with 5 strikeouts. I would kill for that.
Would you? Yeah. Well, and then, you got the best, defense in center field, crazy plays that he makes. He needs, obviously everyone needs to get hot, but If he's going to go through a dry spell, have it now, because he is going to be on that roster if they're playing the Dodgers, because he does well against Walker Buehler, and he's probably the only guy on the roster that does. So has hit a bomb off Buehler and has hit a huge RBI triple. So he's got to get things going, especially going into this playoffs. But of course, Stud's got to be the captain. It's got to be.
So
hits
stupid.
another bomb today, but I mean throughout the week he's hit 400, so it'd be 5 home runs. Got a 1 dot, not OPS, a 1 dot slugging. So his OPS is 1.5. Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to extend him. I was saying that, hey, this is going to be Belt's last run. They're gonna have to extend him for a couple of years, but I think I think the Brewers are going to be looking at him pretty extensively. Looking at him. Yeah, I know it's gonna happen. He's gonna walk him in. Let's do it.
Bases loaded, full count. Please, Tyler Maztek. You're my favorite player.
This is what's gonna happen. Crawford is gonna foul off 1 to 2 pitches, and he's gonna take a close pitch that they're gonna walk him in.
God, I hate that you're like a second ahead of me.
I'm not. I'm predicting the future. All right.
I know. I'm just saying. I want to experience whatever emotion it is. I want to experience it live. The anger or the satisfaction. That a boy, Dansby.
That sucks. I can't believe that. Fuck. All right. Anyways,
MVP. Yeah, let's talk about Brandon Belt. Instead of, Brandon Crawford gets the MVP, dude, when is Brandon Belt going to get the PED chant? And, Crawford
more
should get
PEDs.
that too.
PEDs. Hey,
I mean, it's just the game passed down. Buster Posey, Brandon Crawford, Brandon Belt.
Keep on going.
Gabe Kapler, obviously.
Obviously. Oh my God, that dude is the most ripped guy on the team. We could talk about that for 20 minutes, but let's not, because we can go on and on and on. We have 2 more topics for the day. We got to talk about next week, but first, we need to talk some shit. Because here's the thing. I'm going to get in front of this and say that Dave Fleming, with his comments about, the sticky stuff and how it changed the Dodgers. One thing, spin rates are down. That's just a fact with the Dodgers. It's just a fact. But if you see how they're performing and you see their numbers from month to month have not only stayed the same, but even a tick even better, you kind of just don't sound smart, I guess is the way I want to put it. So I first of all, they were using sticky stuff. Their spin rates are down, but if Walker Buehler's that good to still have, work around his stuff and still be that dominant, I think you should shut the fuck up. That's just my opinion.
Thank you. And that goes to Giants Twitter at large. All you morons, when I hit you with the ERAs and you're like, dude, here's a meme GIF. To that guy knows who I'm talking about. I don't know his name off the top of his head. Is a fucking moron.
That's my guy. No,
your guy is a fucking moron.
No, he is. Dave Fleming?
No, him too, but I'm talking about one of our Twitter followers. Thank you for your support, but you're a fucking moron. And I say that with love.
Completely false, because you went on this tirade going at my guy Kevin Gossman. And there's a guy from Dodger
not down.
Correct. He is. Yep. His ERA is up. You know what isn't down? His spin rate stuff, because his issue is not sticky shit. His issue is guys aren't chasing his splitter. Oh,
so he's gotten worse. My point is he's gotten worse. So if you want to say the Dodgers, listen, fuckface. If you want to say that the Dodgers were using sticky stuff and that's why they were so good, you have no evidence to support it, because they've gotten better.
Yes, you do.
You have evidence that they use sticky stuff, but there's no evidence that is what made them elite, because they've gotten better since kicking it. Do you not understand that?
I do understand that. I think they would have gotten their numbers would be better if they continued to use sticky stuff, because
absolutely, but it still went down When they
Correct.
stopped, they still
Correct.
got better
because they pitched around it. They pitched around. They're like, okay, I'm going to start doing this, and it worked out for them. And that's what good players and pitchers do. I am not going to sit here and
yes,
tell
that's
you
what
that.
I'm saying. But
Yeah.
I'm
But
saying people
you
are trying
are
to
talking-
discredit their performance.
Which is weird because their performance is still good. I understand like
Thank
that.
you.
That I
That's
don't
what
I don't
wanted
get
to
that.
hear.
I understand that, but you posting Kevin Gosman's ERA and DeScalfani's ERA, trying to connect it to sticky stuff, makes absolutely no sense.
I'm not. Did I ever say that they use sticky stuff?
You
Did
said
I ever say that?
you
It
insinuated
wasn't
they did.
even
Okay, well,
implied.
time out.
It wasn't even implied.
Okay, you started saying sticky stuff was banned at this time, and their ERAs have been up since then. You're implying that they're using sticky stuff.
If you want
That's
to take
fact.
it that way, sure.
That's
But
how
what
the world would take
No,
it. That's
what?
how the world
Okay,
would take
but
it.
what I was trying to show you was that the Dodgers went down, right? Went down.
Right.
So in the
Saying
absence
the
of
same
sticky
thing.
stuff, got better.
I'll agree with you.
Whether
100
or not the Giants were using it, they
Uh-huh.
got worse. That's all I'm saying. They got worse.
They got
worse.
yeah, they got yes.
They got worse.
Kevin
Final-
Gosman was having an historic first couple months to the season.
Yeah,
but
he's a fraud.
Guys were like, hey, listen, he's throwing the splitter all the time. Let's just stop swinging at it. And he kept throwing it for a ball. And he has to either start using his other pitches or, not being as predictable or start throwing that splitter for a strike. Yeah, I don't know what the game plan is or why he doesn't do that. Or, obviously I'm not a fucking pitching coach, so I can't tell you, but that's the issue. DeScalfani's has had an injury that's making him, pitch the way he is.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's coming back up. So, if you want to come at me with spin rate stuff and say they did it, then I would agree with you, but you're not coming with spin rate stuff. You're coming with ERA. So, and Logan Webb has been fucking nut job since then.
Did I ever talk about Logan Webb? No,
I didn't. But one thing I do want to call out, one of the guys from Dodger Nation was calling Kevin Guzman, like goo, as in he was using sticky stuff, using ERA to describe his downfall and insinuating he's using sticky stuff because look at his ERA. Come out with spin rate. That's what sticky stuff does. Sticky stuff doesn't make your ERA go down. Okay. It makes your spin rate go up, which usually makes their ERA go down because of
factor.
Yeah. I understand that, but people's ERAs have gone, up for multiple things. Case in point, injuries. Case in point, losing command. Case in point, for Kevin Gosman, the book is out on him and he needs to adjust. And he has been doing okay of adjusting. If last start, not exactly that much, but what's it called? There we go. And
God fucking damn it, Eddie, you dumbass.
Oh, Duvall, the man. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. Kevin Gosman, DeScalfani, not using sticky stuff, but they need to turn their shit around.
Yeah, Kevin jackass dummy sucks. Logan Webb's a bitch.
Good one. That one was good.
DeScalfani sucks.
You said Kevin. What'd you say? Kevin got stupid.
Kevin Looseman. There you go.
Oh, there
Kevin
we go.
Looseman.
Yeah.
See, that's what the guy from Dodger Nation should have said. Kevin Looseman. Anthony DeScal can't pitch. Dude, I got him for days, bro. Come on, don't come at me.
Yes. Okay, that's great. That's great. Next week.
Let's get into next week. Dodgers have two more with Cincinnati. We got Max Scherzer going. They got Kershaw going on Sunday. Scherzer hopefully continues to stay dominant. I'm just hoping with Kershaw, he pitches, decent, doesn't give up too many runs, but is able to go deep. 6 innings would be great. 5 would be good as well. Off day Monday, and then we got 3 in Colorado. I just hope I hope they can take 2 out of 3. That's a big hope. If they can take 2 out of 3 and salvage the last 2 in Cincinnati, that's fine by me. I mean, obviously what the Giants do dictates how well that works out for the Dodgers, but I couldn't be mad if they won both series. Of course not. That's all. Right. That's all you can.
That's all you can hope for. You can't demand a sweep unless it's, hey, it's this or the season's over and
sweep or die.
Yeah, and it's the Diamondbacks. You know what I mean? Like you can't,
Yeah,
you
right.
can't, yeah, you can't demand that. So, for the Giants side, they're going to be finishing the series with the Braves. I'm going to count this series, this game as a win because every single time I do that on this podcast, they end up winning. So Giants win the game one. It's going to be a long shot that they win tomorrow, but I think Disco goes off and we win game 3. I'm going to go win of the series in the Braves. And I think they can definitely win the series against the Padres. So I'm hoping for what would that be? 2-3. So that would be
Man, math
only
is tough.
only 5 games. Shit. Okay. So it would be a
No way.
3-2,
Bro,
for the next week.
My boy Vince Velasquez, formerly of the Phillies, gonna throw a gem against the Giants, hopefully, for the love of God. Because we all know the Padres don't have any other fucking pitchers. So
did they pick up Vince Velasquez?
Yeah.
I did not see that. I saw that he got released, and I was like, "Ooh, I hope he gets," because I feel like he's a Farhan guy. That Farhan's just going to turn him into a Cy Young.
Dude,
that's the way Farhan does.
I mean, I know he had a dog shit of a season, but oh my God, no! God, are you fucking kidding me?
Let's fucking go. Crawford goes to third on
a horrible pickoff. And I was going to jokingly say, all right, they're going to pick Crawford off at second. Bases cleared. No big deal. God, what a dumb fucking play. Like Crawford's going to steal third. Come on.
He's been doing a lot of weird plays on the base paths. He's been thrown out in the last 2 games. One at second and today at third. So don't give too much, cred right now.
Anyways, I think it's a good pickup.
Definitely. It's a lot better pickup than Jake Arrieta.
Well, yeah. But the Padres are they're toast. Dude, Darvish, his career is over. Until they pre-tack the balls, dude, his career is over. He's done. He's absolutely done.
He's dominant in short stints.
He doesn't have it without the sticky stuff, but
yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully the Padres are able to pick it up and kind of save the Dodgers because we know the Dodgers can't help themselves because that's just the way they play.
They're going to go 3-2. Same thing with the Dodgers, and they're going to stay 2 games back going into next week. Yeah. Let's go.
This thing's going to come down, I think, to the last weekend. I think it's going to be. I don't know who's going to be on top, but it's going to be between a tie and 2 games going into the last 3-game series. As I said on Twitter, it's going to be a fun couple weeks of baseball. We'll see how it plays out. As always, this episode was brought to you by Renovation Candle Company. Go get yourself some fall candles. Go get them before the playoff starts. So if your team loses, you can cry next to some candles like a real man would,
like Tyler does every single night. Because even when the Dodgers win, they don't gain any fucking games. Yes, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. We really appreciate you doing that, and we've been growing a lot these last couple weeks. So thank you so much. Putting us on charts and shit. It's been a nice little fun ride. We're so excited to do this and continue to grow and
interact with us on Twitter, because if you do, you might get me talking shit about you on the podcast.
Talk shit to us, please. It's the best. That's what this thing
is
about.
Tell us how fat and ugly we are. How much better my hair is than Jesse. We get it.
But yes, continue to help us grow by subscribing to us on your favorite podcasting platform, as well as YouTube. Hit the bells, all that kind of stuff. Thumbs up. Follow us on Twitter, Benches Cleared P, on Instagram, Benches Cleared Podcast, and on TikTok, Benches Cleared. I know we're ending this episode and we're not going to wait to the end of this game, but it's over. The Giants are going to win. They went 6-2 last week.
Dodgers only down by 1. Giants are going to blow it.
Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you guys next week.